Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to do the practical crank rocker mechanism practical using Excel online tools. So here they have given 4-bar mechanism, 4-bar link mechanism. As you can see, A, B, B, C and CD, as well as the AD is the fixed link. So there are 4 links, as well as the AB is the shortest one. We are going to give an input to AB for an angular velocity. Here they have mentioned that the angular velocity is 0.6 radians per second. So we are giving the input for the shortest link, so it would be the crank rocker mechanism. It will show the crank rocker mechanism. So that's a simple thing. So I'm going to show you how to plot the graphs for finding the velocity of C point in each and every theta. It's not a big deal. First of all, the main thing is you need to find what's the equation or what's the value of velocity of C regarding or related to any other angles and the side. So the basic thing is you need to find equation using any other thetas as well as alpha b or any other direction, any other links length. After that only you can directly substitute and get the answer. So the first thing is we are going to do is we need to find the relationship with other angles and lengths for getting an answer for velocity of C point. So here I'm going to use that velocity diagram to find the equation between C point velocity as well as and any other angles. So here first of all we are going to use cosine rule to find this BD. So the main thing is we have only given the lengths of DA, AC, AB, BC and CD. So these are the only data they have given. Also they have mentioned the what is omega, angular velocity. They have also mentioned the omega. So they have given only few things. So for that we need to make some values. So we need to allocate some values. So here we are going to sketch the graph for the velocity of point C for each and every theta. So this is the main thing. So we need to take it as theta. So after that I'm going to mark this BD together. So I'm going to draw a line to find any other values of theta and alpha beta. So I'm going to mark this angle as alpha. Also here I'm going to mark it as beta. So the main thing is we need to find what's the relationship between alpha, because we are going to draw the graph for this theta as well as the point velocity of C. So when we are considering these two values, the main thing is we need to find this alpha, beta and the gamma values as well as this BD in related to any other known values as well as unknown value of theta. So we should be careful about that. So here we don't know the value for alpha. So the main thing is we need to find a value related to theta for the alpha. So that's the main thing. After that we need to move to beta. So there are many steps for finding these angles. So here luckily I have got the same distance for CD and BC, which is equals to 24. So the angle for these two angles are same for my sum. Most probably you will have different values, so it's not a big deal. You need to find an equation for that too. That's a little bit difficult than this one. So if you have in that case, you need to take another letter different to like delta, and you need to find the delta value in related to theta as well as AD, BD, any other links length. So after that only you can find the equation for velocity C. So let's move on to this calculation. So first of all I'm going to find the value for BD. So finding the value of BD, why I'm going to find this value for BD? The reason is I already knew the value for AD as well as BA. For finding the value of alpha, we can directly tell, for finding the value for alpha, we can directly use sine method. So when we are using the sine method, we also know that we are going to use it as theta, so there's no problem. So when you are using this value for, when we are using the sine rule, we need to know the value of BD. From that we can find that BD over sine theta would be equal to BA over sine alpha. So for that we need to find the value of BD first. So when we are finding the value for BD, you can directly use the cosine rule, which is equal to BD squared is equal to AB squared plus AD squared minus 2AB AD cos theta. So here you can find that we knew the value for AB as well as AD, and for we can use this theta variable because we are going to draw the graph for theta versus the velocity of the sea. So it's not a big deal. So after that, so here I have substituted the value for this because, as I have already mentioned, the first question was to find the velocity for one angle. So I have substituted, but at the time for drawing the graph, you don't need to find this value. After that, we need to find, we can use the sine rule and find the relationship between this alpha and this theta. For that, I have marked over here. So BD over sine theta, as you can see in this triangle, if we use this BD over sine theta would be equal to BA over sine alpha. So it's a direct sine rule. Once you apply that, you will get an equation for sine alpha, which is equal to sine alpha would be equals to AB sine theta over BD. So here we have derived an equation as we knew the value for AB, BD as well as sine theta. We can directly use that theta as a variable. So we have found that too. After that, we need to move to another point. Here we are going to use the triangle BCD to find the values of beta, because as I have already mentioned, we have found a value for this BD, as well as we already knew the value for CD as well as BC. As we all knew the value for all three sides, first we need to find this angle. We can either use this cosine rule to find all the angles individually. However, in this case, I have already got the same angle over here, so I can use some easy methods to do this. As these two sides are equal, I can directly put it would be equals to, as BC, it would be equal to, if I draw a perpendicular line, it would divide the line into two equal pieces. So I can directly write it would be equal to BC cos beta, as well as this is also BC cos beta. We can write it as 2BC cos beta would be equals to BD. So I can directly write like that. But the main thing is, for you it might be different. So for that, if you have any different between these angles, you can directly use cosine rule and find each and every angle in this triangle in related to BD as well as BC and the CD. When you are finding the values related to BD, as you have already found the value using cos theta and any other lengths which we already knew. So it won't be a big deal. You can easily find that too. So after that, we have found the all values, all beta, gamma as well as alpha, theta. Probably you will get the right answer when you solve that. So here, as I already mentioned, I have used the simple equation because as I am having the two side equal triangle. So the next part is I am going to draw the velocity diagram. For that, I am going to use the velocity of AB. As I have already mentioned, I need to find the value of this C velocity. But according to that, these values, the main thing is it seems like 90 degrees. Be careful, it's not 90 degrees. Actually, if I take this theta as 85, as I need to find the value of this velocity of C of 85 for theta is equals to 85, it would be little bit over here this side, so it might be like this. So I'm not going to draw that. So here, as you can see this, first I need to draw the value of this AB. So I'm going to draw the velocity diagram. For that, I'm going to find the value of the velocity of this B point. It would be in this direction, as I have given this input as omega in the anti-clockwise direction. We can directly write this velocity of this B. After that, we can directly tell that from the DC point, the C point will have the velocity either in this right angle direction, in the left side right angle direction, or in the right side right angle to the CD. So it would be in this right or left, which is 90 degrees from DC line. Be careful, it won't be horizontal. In some cases it might be, but here it's not 90 degrees, so these lines won't be a horizontal line. So there will be an angle, so we need to find that what's the angle between this horizontal line as well as the velocity of the C's direction. So these are the main points. So first of all, we need to find what's these values. After that, I'm going to use the velocity diagram. I'm going to draw the velocity diagram for BC, which means I'm going to find the value or the velocity direction of the C point relative to B. As I have already mentioned, if you take like this relative to B, the velocity of C would be 90 degrees from this BC line. If I take the value from the C relative to B, it would have a rotational motion, so we can directly tell it would be in this 90 degrees. The main thing is we need to find the value of these angles, the angle which makes with these different velocities. So that would be a little bit challenging thing for you. So let's see that how to do. So here I have marked that we already knew the value of AB, which means the B's velocity, B's actual velocity with related to A, as A is a fixed point, we can directly tell AB would be equal to 0.06. How I get that value is, I have multiplied this AB length, which is here I have get 10 centimeter, which is similar to 0.1 meter, into omega. I have got 0.6, so I have multiplied that. From that I am getting 0.06. The main thing is we need to find the direction. So you can easily find that because it would be in the 90 degrees. So if I draw a line, a horizontal line, it would be, if we take this at theta, we can directly tell it would be is equal to theta. Then so this would be equals to 90 minus theta. So from that you can directly find this angle. So likewise, we need to find the angle for other velocities too. If I consider the value of AC, so let's say I'm going to find the value for AC. So I think there's a little bit mistake. Okay, yes, because as I have considered that A is a fixed point, if I take the value of this DC, it would be equals to AC, as I'm going to take this velocity as the velocity of A and D is equals to 0, as it's a fixed point in the earth. So directly we can tell it would be equal to AC. Let's say I'm going to take it as AC. The velocity of AC would be either in this or this direction. The main thing is it's not horizontal, so we need to find the angle with this horizontal line. Let's say this is here in this direction and this is 90 degrees. So here I'm going to find the value. What's the value of this? For that you can use alpha, beta and gamma values, because we have already found the equation for these angles related to theta. So we can directly use that. If you use that, you will get similar to this equation, but sometimes it might be differ as your angles are not equal in those triangles. So it would be similar to this, little bit similar to this, but here you might get any other component, extra component for this. So here I have marked it as like this. So it's related to this horizontal. You need to find this angle. Likewise, you need to find the angle for the other point too. So here you need to find the angle for BC, which means we need to find an angle for the velocity B related to C. As I have already mentioned, the relative velocity of the C point related to B would be in this 90 degree angle, but here you need to find the angle, the horizontal, the direction, the angle between the direction of the velocity relative to b and the horizontal direction. For that you can easily get that, because this is alpha, so this would be also, this is alpha. From that you can tell it would be beta minus alpha. From that you can directly tell it would be beta minus alpha. So as this is 90, you can directly tell it would be 90 minus beta minus alpha. So you can directly use the basic geometry ideas and get an equation for that. From that, if you complete a velocity diagram, it would be like this. So these are the main things you need to do before finding this values of these. So after doing this, after drawing this velocity diagram, the next thing is you need to find the velocity of c. As we all know, when we are finding the velocity, when we are drawing the velocity diagram, the actual velocity of this c would be equals to AC. As I have already mentioned, A is a fixed point, so it would be equals to this AC. So the main thing is here we are going to find an equation for AC. So how we can find the equation for AC? So that I am going to use the sine value, sine theorem. Also you can use the cosine rule also, but use what would be equal, what would be easy for you. So just find that and use that. So here we already know the value of this AB one side, and from that we can directly find this angle. As I have already mentioned, if you find the value for this and this AB velocity as well as the AC velocities, you can directly find what would be the angle between these. Also I can find the value for this one, this angle. From that I can directly use I can find the value for this C angle, as the total angle sum would be equals to 180. You can directly find the value of this. After that you can directly substitute and you can use the sine rule and find the value for this AC length. So it's not a big deal. So I have already found that. So I'm going to find the angle for A as well as B as well as C. So here I'm going to find the angle, those angles values related to alpha, beta as well as theta. You will be getting another variable on this, but for that you need to find that the value of that variable related to theta in depth, as I have shown in these previous slides. So after that, the thing is I'm going to find the value of AC. So this is the method. By using the sine rule we can directly find the length of this AC. So this is the simple method. So after that, this is the equation. So the next thing is, the actual question is we need to plot the graph between this theta as well as the velocity of C. So this would be the velocity of C, which is equals to AC. This would be the velocity of C. So now I am going to show how to do these values, how to use these equations to find the values of velocity of point C. So here I am going to mark these points. AB is equals to 0.5 as well as CD is equals to 0.24. CD is the length, BC, DA. These are the fixed values you have already given in this practical. So I have already marked it as here. It's in the meter in the SI units, as well as the angular velocity. I have used the 0.6 radian per second. So the main thing is, actually I don't know how to use this equation directly in the theta, which means in the degrees. So I have changed into radians. Normally when you are calculating the angles in the Excel sheet, you will be provided in the radians. When you are using the sine function or any other cosine or arc functions or any other functions related to angles, it would show the answer in radians. So here I'm going to draw a graph for degrees. So I'm going, first I have just mentioned the values in degrees to my easiness. So here as you can see over here, I have marked the angle here 0. So from 0 to I'm going to get the angles up to 360. They have already only asked for the points. The minimum points would be 18, I think. but here I can get many points as I'm using the Excel sheet for doing these sums. So here I have used something interesting because I also feel little bit lazy to mark these points too. So I have just used this equation to add 15 with the previous box. After that, I have just copy this equation for other values. So if you do like that, you can directly take these values. So that's the main thing. That's the first thing you need to know. So after that, here we have, this is the value of theta. So every theta we need to find the velocity of c. For that we are going to use some equation we have already derived in that page. Here, as you can already see here, so these are the equations we have derived. We are going to use this to find the actual velocity of point C in different angles. So here I'm going to change it for radians. Why is that? I have already mentioned. For finding the values in the finding the values and using the substitute sign and all functions, basically the Excel will use the radians. As I already mentioned, I don't know how to change it for degrees, so I have changed it for radians automatically. After that only I have directly substitute. So here I'm going to change this theta to radians. It's not a big deal. So as you can always see, here I have used this function. It would be how to convert the degree to radians. As you always know, 360 degree would be equals to 2 pi radian. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to divide this, 2 pi by the 360. After that I'm going to multiply by this angle. So here as you can see, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. As you can always see here, when you are using this pi, you should write it as like this. When you write pi, it would show this. So this would give the return the value of original pi value, which is equals to 3.17. It would be gone. So you can directly use this pi function over here. So I'm going to write the equal sign. After that I'm going to multiply 2 into pi. After that I'm going to divide it by 360. From that I'm going to multiply by this degree, 15 degrees. So I'm going to use this A9. After that I can directly use this drag options and find the value for all angles in the radians. So this is the second step. After that we need to find the value of BD, as I have already marked over here. The BD's value is going to change. As I have already mentioned, first of all we found the value of BD. So I'm going to find the value of BD over here. So we are going to use this equation directly, but this here also I have used it like the previous one. As I have already marked the values over here in the first bar, I'm going to use those values. So here I'm going to use this AB squared. So I have marked it as B1 squared as well as B4 squared, DA squared minus 2AB into BC cos theta. So after that we need to take the root for whole thing. So this is the simple idea. So here you can see cos theta, it's not a big deal. So because we are going to use this angle in the radian, so I have already found that. So I am going to directly substitute here over B8. But here I have mentioned some dollar sign because I'm going to drag this towards this column to bottom part. So if I'm dragging that, the values of this AB would be changed if I don't use this dollar sign. If I drag over downwards, it would be changed. So as I have already mentioned, the values of AB and the DA should be fixed. That's why I have used dollar sign over here in this. When I'm using this AB and DA values, I'm using this dollar sign in front of each row number. So here we don't need to use that dollar sign actually, because when we are dragging that, it should change, automatically change. For an example, if I look at this, it has changed to B9. But here, as you can see, the values of B4 and the B1 is not changing. So we don't need to use the dollar sign over here. So from that, if you drag that, you can find the value of BD. So now we have found the value for BD. So the next step is I'm going to find the values of beta, gamma and alpha. If I find that, I can directly calculate the value of velocity. So finding the value of beta, so I have already derived the equation over here. So here I have already mentioned that it would be little bit simple for me. For you guys, you will get another simple variable to deal with. So here I am using this formula cos beta is equals to BD over 2BC. So now we already got the value for BD, so we can directly use that from that previous column. The BC value is the fixed one, we already knew that, and I'm going to divide it by that true. After that we need to take the cos inverse function. Yes. So in Excel you will use this a cos function to deal with the inverse function. So you need to type it as a cos. Into that I'm going to multiply this BD, I'm going to divide this BD value by 2 into BC. As I have already marked that BC is a constant value, I am putting the dollar sign over here. So I'm going to take the inverse. So likewise, you need to take this for gamma as well as alpha. So these are the simple steps and you can easily follow this. After that, you need to drag these values. From that, you can get for other values too. So after that, we need to find the velocity of C. For that also, we have derived an equation. So here over here, yes, I have got this. So here we need to multiply this by AB. So you can directly, AB means the velocity of B relative to A. A is a fixed point, so actual velocity of C. So if I substitute and simplify this, I'm getting the minus sign. So I'm going to directly substitute this equation, directly use this equation in that Excel form. So minus 0.06. So as you can already see here, I'm not using this minus sign over here because I'm not using this part. I think I'm using this one. So here 0.06 into sine, this would be 2 pi. So as I'm using this equation, I'm going to use this one. It's better to use this also. So it's not a big deal. So if I use this one, this is going to be 2 pi plus beta. So I have already found the value of beta, and the alpha minus the theta. After that, we are going to divide it by 2 into pi minus 2 into beta. So after that, you can directly drag these options. From that, you will get the velocity for all points over here. So now we have found the values. So the next thing is we need to plot the graph. It's also very simple using Excel. Just you need to click this, and this time you need to take the highlight. You need to highlight all these points. As you can see, I have highlighted these points up to all angles. I am going to cover up to 360 from this. So I have covered all the angles. After that, you need to click this insert bar. After that, click this line chart. So I'm going to have the line chart. Over you can find suitable graph for you. But here I'm going to use this simple graph. So this sine graph. So I have got the values for this sine graph. So after that, I need to change the values of this x-axis as I haven't highlighted the degree part. I'm getting this in this number just from 1 to 25, but I need to change this for 0, 15, 30 in the angle difference. For that, you can use this chart elements. I'm also not sure about that. So after that, you can see this axis. You need to change this axis. So go to the more options. So I couldn't find over here. Okay, let's see in the top. Here there's a button called select data. Just go to that, select data. After that, click this horizontal axis. We are going to change this horizontal axis label. So we need to delete all this. So we can directly change edit. After that, we need to give the range of this label, angle label. So I'm going to click from 0 to 360. After that, I'm going to click OK. So here it have changed to 0, 15 angles from the normal numbers. So if I click OK, I will get the graph. Here I have already get the graph. So this is the graph for the above crank rocker mechanism practical. So you can directly get and save it as PDF. After that you will get the file. So this is a simple step. Also you can make sure whether you have got these values correct. It's not a big deal. For that you can use this ultimate mechanism designer. You can use without paying any money, as we can use it for non-commercial purpose. So from that, for that you need to first draw these graphs, draw these links in this software. You can easily use that by clicking the file. First you need to download this ultimate mechanism designer. After that just click the new, so it's appeared like this. After that uh, click this one. So we are going to start with the link. So from that I'm going to start from this point. It's not, you can start it from any point. So I'm assume I'm going to start it from this point. After that, here just post that. Without clicking that, press the space bar in your keyboard. Press the space bar. If you click that, you will get this one. The what's the direction, what's the length from the x-axis and y-axis. But here we are going to use the polar, because as I have mentioned in this practical, I have get the values of AB as 10 centimeter. It's not the value of x or y. The radius value is 10 centimeters. So I'm going to use that. So over here I'm going to use that 10 centimeter, which means in the millimeter it would be 100. Let's say we can mark the angle, but here in the previous time I have marked the angle of 85 to find the value of the question, the first question for my lab practical. But over here you can directly use 0 degrees to get a perfect graph. So this is the first time, this is the first thing. Okay, and you need to select this reference node as first node of element under constructions. So you will get like this. So here I have get this. After that the next point is, don't confuse with this, think like it's in the vertical direction or in upside, not on the horizontal line. It's not a horizontal line. After that I'm going to draw the link from 1 to, over here I can find that. I'm going to take these points from this 1 to D. So I need to find the 1 to D, but we can use that same link over here, as we already knew that this is a fixed only. We are just imagining like that, but there is a no real link over here. So these are the fixed points. For plotting the point over here, just you need to click this. I have already clicked that. So just bring over here. After that, click the space bar. If you click the space bar, you will get the same box which has appeared before. From that, there you can see this is a coordinate. So I'm going to get the coordinate from the a-axis. It's dA is equals to 15 centimeters, so it would be 150. So I'm going to mark it as 150. After that, angle would be 0 from the node 1. As you can see over here, the node 1 is the horizontal point, which is the point A. So from that I'm going to take the horizontal part, which is lying on 150 millimeter away from that. So I'm going to mark it as node 1. As you can see, this is in the orange brown color 1. So this is the node. So from that node I'm going to take 150 meter. So here the point has already appeared. From that I'm going to draw another line for, this is the point of B. So I'm going to sketch a point for C. So that just move it away from the point. After that, press the space bar. If you click that, you will get this box again. So here the DC value is 240 for me. So I am going to use that 240. After that, we need to use this angle regard. There is a problem, because for when we are using this, when we are using this software, we need to find this value already. Otherwise, we can use like this. So here I think I have already found that for one value for 85, I have already found what would be the value of this angle. So for using that software, you need to find the values of these angles already. So that's a little bit the issue. So you can easily find that. So I'm going to use this angle. I'm drawing like this, but the angle is 180 minus alpha plus beta. So for my practical lab, they have asked for the velocity at the instant of theta is equals to 85. So I have already found the value of alpha as well as in the beta, which is equal to 35.18. I'm going to use my calculator. 35.18 plus 68.89 degree, which is 104. So I'm going to deduct this 104 from 180 so that I could find the value of this angle. You can see here this angle would be 180 minus 108, which would be equals to 180 minus 104, which is equal to 176. So here I'm going to mark it as 76. So 76 degree. Be careful. Actually, we are going to mark this angle from the point we are now constructed. So here we need to select this one. After that, it would be shown like this. So here, as I already mentioned, we need to change these values for theta. So I'm going to change these element properties. I think we can't change over here, so I'm going to delete it. So okay. So let's draw from the beginning. So I'm going to click a point as well as, sorry, you don't need to click this point. After that, we need to click the space bar. As I'm also using this for the first time, I have a little bit struggle on this. So wait a minute. Okay. So I'm going to click a point over here. After that, press the space bar. You will get this. I'm going to mark this at 100 and the degree is 85. After that, I'm going to under the plus control. Yes. Okay. Now I got that point. After that, I need to point the value of 1 point. So I'm going to just click the press button. You will get these coordinates. You need to figure it out, these points of 150, and it would be 0 for me. And I would select this node. From the node 1, it would be 150 millimeter away horizontal. So I have already get this point. So after that, I need to find the value of 240 meter. I already knew the value, so I'm going to substitute over here 240 millimeter, and the angle would be, we have found that 76. So I'm going to be careful. The node is, reference node is 0, as this is a new line, so we don't have the reference node over here. So here I get this. After that, I'm going to connect these links over here using this one. It would be equals to 240. If you measure it as, you can easily find that. You can see over here, this is 239.780. It's not a big deal. It's not a much difference. So these are the simple thing. So after that, I need to put the, we can't use the link to connect 1 and 3, as I have already mentioned. These are the imaginary links, so you can directly fix that. For that, you need to click this fix node, and you need to drag this point 1 and just drag it like this. Okay. Likewise, you need to draw a fixed rod like over here. Okay. So I have marked it as this. So after that, I need to give an angular velocity for this input rod, which is 1, 2. For that, you need to move over here. There's the angle input motion. Click this one and click the node over here. You will get this. As you can see here, first we need to give the angle. What's the time interval we are going to have this? For an example, we already knew the value of omega, so we can find the rotational period, time period for having one rotation of that small link. How can we find that? Is, we knew the value of, we need the equation T is equals to 2 pi over omega, that the time period for one rotation would be equals to 2 pi over omega. So you need to find the value of that time period. So I'm going to use, as I have already knew the value of omega, which is equal to 0.6, I'm going to substitute in that equation. I'll be getting to um, pi over omega, which is equal to 0.64 meters. So I'm getting 10.47. So I'm going to write it like that, 10.47 in the second. So there's no issues. So yes, I have got the values. Okay, let's try that. So after that, just click this add. So you will get this, the angle degrees, the change in the angle degrees, as well as you can see this angular velocity. I have marked this time interval, so it has directly told that this is the 0.6 radian per second. So this is also correct. The angular acceleration is 0, so this is also correct. Click this OK button. So now we have this. After that, you can see that by clicking the play animation forward button. After that, you can stop also. So this is a graph, this is the diagram, this is going to be like this. So after that, you need to find what's the velocity diagram for this. For that, just go to this one, select element or node. So click this one. After that, we need to find the velocity of this fourth node. So I'm going to click over here. You will get the chart like this, but here you can only find the velocity of absolute, which means you can't get it in the minus direction, or you can get in the y direction, x direction. So for the premium version, I think you will have many things, but as I'm using non free license, we can't use like that. So I'm going to draw the absolute value. If you get the value in the minus, it will automatically change for plus. After that only you will have the graph. So I'm going to click this velocity absolute and going to click this OK. If I click like that, the graph is similar to this. So here the main thing is, in the beginning I have marked it as 85. So in the 8, I am getting the graph for the time period versus this absolute velocity. So the thing is, in the first point you will get the velocity. As I bringing this, you can see the velocity over here is changing. So if I bring the velocity for 0 in the 0 time second, it will show the value 69.612. so you can directly check, as when the theta is equals to 85, it should be equals to 69.612. You can go to the graphs, and if you see the graphs, if I mark the 85 over here, 85 would be near to this. So here you can see that it would be nearly within 0.69 over those. So you can directly find that. So this is the easy method. Also here we have got the graph for real value, which means in the negative sign also, but there we have got the absolute values. Also you can change the values for the minus to plus and check that, but now I'm not going to change it like. But if you wish, you can directly use an if condition and change this for plus sign. After that you can simply check whether the both graphs are same. But the thing is, this graph start from the 0 degree, but the velocity time graph is starting from this time is equals to 0, which means we have already marked that when the time is equal to 0, the theta is equals to 85. So it's starting from the 85 degrees and it is going to be changed. But over here you can see that we are taking from the 0 degree angle. So this is the main point. You need to figure it out when you are comparing these two graphs with the absolute velocity. So I hope you get a clear idea about this. If you have any doubts, just comment it below. Thank you.